Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another hardly tactical local tournament recap. There have been 3 tournaments since the last time we did a video, 2 in Cincinnati and 1 in Dayton. Just like to go through those. I was able to attend 2 of those with some friends of mine, and I got some personal experience from those. For the one in Dayton that I did not get to attend, I have BCP up right here, and we'll just recap those rankings. So let's go ahead and kick it off with the BCP recap of the RTT in Dayton, Ohio for the Hobby Shop. This happened on, I think it was this November 7th, so it's been a while ago now, almost a month. And in first place, we have Ben Stipp, who was running Imperial Knights. Just looking at the list here, it looks like Imperial Knight, Crass Knight with some Helvrens. We got a Crass Helvrens in there as well. We also have some Space Marines intercessor squads. I'm not sure. I believe this was the new Marines, so he did have access to that. This is after that dropped. And then we have our Astra Militarum squad with some tank commanders. That was first place. In second place, we have Nevin Smith, who has, once again, Knights. No, he did not take a Knight this time. Looks like Admet or Astra Militarum plus some Scions dropping down with Plasma. Of course, he took Pask and 3 additional tank commanders. That was popular at the time, still is for Astra Militarum. In third place, we have John Hodge with a Knight list with the Rusty 17. So we have Armiger Warglaive, Knight Crusader, Knight Errant, and Knight Valiant. And then 2 Tech Priests, Engine Seers, 3 squads of Rangers for that 5 CP. So moving on past that, we also have 2 tournaments at 513 Gaming in Cincinnati, Ohio. One of them was on 8/31, so over a month ago now, but we'll just go ahead and go into that. First place, we got Frank Wilson coming in from Manbeard Gaming with Tyrannid's List. Looks like a Hive Fleet Kraken. Frank comes to a lot of these, at least the few that I've been to. He almost universally does pretty well. Frank, you need to upload your list a little bit better, but it is difficult to see in the app. Ripper Swarm, Zoanthropes, Neurothropes, and Carnifexes. I believe Frank is ranked kind of highly on the Tyrannid players in the ITC. Don't know if that's nationwide or if that's just locally, how they broke the nations down, but I know he's very good. After that, we have Joe Blackett with Slanesh, and neither one of these players I got to play. That's what happens when you're at the bottom tables, so I don't have any personal experience playing them. But Joe in his Slaneshi list was running the new Shalaxi Hellbane to get that super melee. The Contorted Epitome, always a good choice. We have also 3 Lord Discordants and a Flawless Host attachment. So running that kind of... whoa, this is unique. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a large bomb of Terminators. That's interesting. Props to you for bringing Terminators after Bolter Beta rule obviously became official, at least widely adopted. So those Terminators, even with combi bolters, are putting out some hurt. 2 Demon Princes with wings, both with Malefic Talons and Warp. One has Wartime, one has Prescience. Able to get up the board there. Those were Alpha Legion. In third place, we have one of our group here, Daniel Ball, with the Eldar Air Force. His list consisted of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just 14 models. This list was a real skewed list. He had 3 Night Spinners, 3 Fire Prisms, a Warlock Skyrunner, a Farseer Skyrunner, 2 Void Raisins, and a Razor Wing Jet Fighter, and then 3 Crimson Hunter Exarchs. So he brought all the planes, and that was enough to give him 3rd place. So I did go to this tournament. Really fun, as the 513 gaming tournaments always are. I came in 6th place, kind of, right smack dab middle of the pack there. Always great games. We played against a Caladius for the first time. That was post nerf. I can tell you that the Caladius being nerfed did. So I played Dark Eldar, T6 boats, flyers, T5 transports. It dropping from strength 8 to strength 7, it didn't matter. They were still destroying me at the same pace as they would have before. As a matter of fact, they were buffed against Dark Eldar, in my opinion, because they went from D3 damage to a flat 2 damage, which is fantastic. The reliability of flat 2 is way better than D3 damage. Moving on past that to our most recent RTT in Cincinnati at the 513 Gaming Club. In first place, we have Alexander Kopork with the New Marines. Alex brought all of the bolter guns, 3 scout squads, 4 scout squads, 5 scout squads, 6 scout squads to make a brigade. He then also brought the real meat and potatoes of this is the Centurion Devastators and regular Devastator squads. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Centurion Devastators with Hurricane Bolters and Twin Heavy Bolters. He then had 2 squads of regular Devastators, all with Heavy Bolters yet again. A 3rd squad of Heavy Bolter Devastators, and then the Thunderfire Cannon. I've seen a list similar to this before. At the Dayton tournament, there was a list with Intercessors, and they're running custom chapter as Lamenters and bringing Malachim Foros, which is so good. He rerolls all wounds. I'm not sure if Lamenters can be brought with the new Space Marine Codex. That's something that I'm not 100% sure on. But if they can, I can see this being a huge thing in the future. Reroll all wounds is a really, really good reroll aura. I think Foros is probably the only model left with that aura since I took it away from Guilliman. So just something to watch out for. New Marines are no joke. And even if you can't be Lamenters, you just, instead of taking Foros, you take a Lieutenant to reroll 1s. It's not going to make that much of a difference. New Marines are no joke. And Alex, I've played Alex before. He's a really great guy. I'm glad to see him win. After that, we have William Ashton. I think he goes by Bill. Or maybe that's a different player. No, I'm thinking Billy Webster. But we have William Ashton with Death Skulls, who did not upload his list and who I did not play. So shame on you, Will. Shame on you. So I'm not able to recap that. Then in 3rd place, we have James Miller, who I was able to play round 1 with his Cult Mechanicus. He had a really balanced AdMech list. It seemed to be like a take all comers. 3 Doom Crawlers, 2 with the 1 with an Icarus array, and 2 with the neutron gun to take down those kind of heavy hitters like Anti-Knight. He brought a Termite drill with Electro Priest in it, so that was cool seeing that back on the tabletop. That drill is expensive, but it's also pretty good. You do not want to get to melee with it. And then a large unit of Dune Striders. The trick with the Dune Striders, they attack, their hits explode on force when you pay the Stratagem. And he also brought a little bit of the Servitor and Cataphron respawn the Servitor magic. In the end, that game, I was personally able to, I think I took the win by 3 points with the Dark Eldar, just based solely on objectives. I feel like if, in full disclosure, we did not get to the full 6 turns, which happens to me a lot. I need to really practice my fast play. I think I'm a pretty slow player. So do my opponents. I apologize. If you don't play the chess clock, feel free. I would love to practice that. Anyway, we did not get to all 6 turns, and I think if we had, he would have been able to score more, been able to wipe me off the board more. I think he probably would have taken it in the end. Moving on, just through personal experience, my second game was against Dan Ball, who he was the Eldar flyer list guy we talked about previously. He recently changed to a Jim Vessel style demons list. So whole line of plague bearers in the front, so 2 mech squads, and then characters behind it. So you got the Bilepipe demon characters and Chaos Space Marine characters from Thousand Suns. So Armin, Demon Princes, the Sloppy Bilepiper, the Contorted Epitome. The list sets you up in a way to where the only thing you can shoot at is the Plague Bears. And I've known about the list, but I've not actually played it before. And I fell into that shooting the Plague Bears trap 2 turns, turn 1 and turn 2, when I really didn't need to. Being Drakari, I'm fast enough to where what I should have done was pull back, let his army's line come into me a little bit more, and I'm fast enough to hop out, go past the Plague Bear lines, and then I'd be able to shoot at the characters and other things in the back holding objectives instead of wasting turns shooting Plague Bears. So Dan secured that victory over me. My third round opponent was Clay Knuckles from Cobra F and Chi down in, I think, Louisville. Anyway, he brought a large... He also was playing Dark Eldar. He brought a large grotesque force, I think 3 max squads with some racks. He also allied in some Harlequins. He brought the snipers, a Shadow Seer, and the Solitaire. Used to be called the Hero's Path back in 7th, and I think there's still a Hero's Path Strategum, but it's not a detachment or anything formal like that now. And then he also brought 3 Crimson Hunter Exarchs, which... they're so good. Crimson Hunter Exarchs are so good. If you're not taking them, you need to be taking them. I should be taking them, but I'm a purist. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn that way. Maybe they'll get nerfed in CA, maybe a point increase. I don't know, but they're really, really good. I did get a chance to interview my first opponent, who they legendarily say is the FN in Cobra F and Chi. So here's that interview. All right, guys, we got first round here, Admech versus Dark Eldar. So if you, in your opinion, how do you think the game went?
Actually pretty good for the most part. Made a few key mistakes, especially in round 3, trying to rush through. Should have moved my guy up, should have got some heals going off. It cost me quite a bit right there, a few points, because they're so weak, he just did a few extra wounds, and that was it. Gave him the extra points.
So the Dark Eldar did pull out by 3 points, but it was very close, a lot closer than actually the Dark Eldar was losing up until the very end. Who would you say your star unit was?
I'm going to say, that's a good question, actually. We're going to go with the Servitors, because they didn't do anything, but they didn't disappoint. At the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for, not to disappoint you.
And that's the Servitors, because we have the Vigilus, what's that called?
I actually
the
don't
Vigilus
remember.
thing, yeah.
It's been a while since I've
Right.
actually looked at the name. I don't ask, I'm bad with names.
No worries. Okay.
But,
what was...
Yeah, I got me a few guys back. I mean, they helped hurt some more wounds out with flames. So you can't ask for more.
Plasma's rough. What do you think your biggest flop would be as far as unit-wise?
I really don't have anything for mobility. My Dragoons, like you, turn 1, turned on them, destroyed most of them. That took a lot of my punch out from moving out. So turn 1 through 2, I'm basically stuck on my side of the board, and that really hurt me.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Good game.
Good game, man. Shake a camera.
All right. Thanks. So thanks for sticking with us, guys. I also wanted to point out that I did remember who won Best Painted this time. That was Clay Knuckles with a beautiful Schlaxy Hellbane. There is footage of it in the B-roll at the beginning and the end of this video, or I'll throw an image up somewhere, maybe after this shot. Clay, you did an awesome job on that. All right, guys, if you have any questions or want to see anything different in the local tournaments that we go to, first of all, I would recommend that you go to them, right? Nothing like the first-hand experience. There's one in Dayton, there's one in Cincinnati. There are also some larger tournaments around the area down in Kentucky, like the Bluegrass Charity GT. There's the Mid-American Gaming Circuit that runs, MAGS, if you've seen that floating around. Just get out there, get involved in the tournament scene. It's really fun. Always looking for more people to play with. Above and beyond that, your second option, put it in the comments below, put it in the Facebook comments, put it in the Facebook group. If you want to see anything else, more specific list breakdown, more interviews, whatever the case may be. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Where's the record button?